All right, you've clicked on SpeedCubes. So first I'm going to go through my mains. Okay, so this is a WIT 2 version 1 now. I've heard a rumor that they've stopped making these, so if you find some, you should probably buy them. That's what I'm going to be doing. Now, the 2x2, the WIT 2 is extremely good. I haven't had a lot of experience with owning a lot of 2x2s, but I've tried a lot, and I've never felt anything that compares to a WIT 2. Like, it cuts corners unbelievably well. Like, I've never had anything. Sometimes, you know, I got to be honest, I've had an internal lockup where some pieces came out and I've had to disassemble it and put it back together. But that was due to my own, you know, I'm pretty aggressive with my SpeedCubes sometimes. So that's my 2x2. Now my 3x3, that's not it. My 3x3 is right here. And this is an original plastic Zanchi. So this one has given me every single PB that I have. I really enjoy this puzzle. This is like my favorite 3x3 I have ever had in my entire life. It's really inspirational for me to solve on this thing. I'll just do a solve here. I really enjoy this puzzle because just the smoothness of it. I've never felt a puzzle that is this smooth before. I do have the Diane Panchi, which I'll be showing in a second, but I don't think that it compares to this puzzle yet, but that just could be because I'm used to this. So anyways, that is my main 3x3. I do have a backup Zanchi right here. It's got half brights on it. I'm not a huge fan of the half brights anymore, but this is also very good. I'm almost questioning if this is an original plastic Zanchi because I've had it for so long, and it really feels like it and it really sounds like it. So I'm not sure, but either way, it was the best other one that I've had, so I kept it. Okay, 4x4. This is a Shengshao 4x4 version 4. I've done the Constaflorian mod on it, and it worked great. I've got my PB on this, which is a 1 minute 3 seconds .xx whatever, and that was actually yesterday because I've been doing a lot of 4x4. This cube has dropped my time by about 30 seconds in the last week, especially after I modded it. It's just super good, but I'm going to be doing a full review on this pretty soon, so I don't want to say too much about it. All right, 5x5. I've got my Shengshao 5x5, and I've done the Florian mod. Yeah, the Florian, not Consta, that's right. So I over-modded it, but it's still pretty good. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a very good cube, and it hardly ever pops now that I'm learning how to control it. So I think that I didn't overmod it too much, but I may have overmodded it just a little bit. But it's still pretty good, and I average somewhere around 3 minutes on 5x5. I don't really speed solve it that much. All right. Another 2x2 is a WIT 2 stickless version. Sometimes I use this when I practice or I'm doing algorithms or something like that. This one is also very nice. Now, if you guys remember a long time ago, there was this thing like, do 3x3 stickless cubes feel better? And a lot of people think they do. I think they do. I don't know what that is, probably placebo. But anyways, this, I don't find any difference between this one and the stickered one. But this one is really good, and I wouldn't let this one go for a long time. It's a really good speed cube. All right, so here we have a Shengshao Wind. Now, this is a new one that came out on the market. It's fairly decent. I would say that this puzzle is more for somebody that's coming from a Rubik's brand and wants to get a first speed cube. It would be this one. Now, you can go to a Zanchi, don't get me wrong. I just personally think that you should not go to something super fast and that can cut corners. You know, develop better habits first, which allows you to do algorithms more, you know, without so much tolerance in the cube, so you can really learn accuracy. I do have a black one, but I've actually lent it to my aunt last night so she can learn how to solve the Rubik's Cube. Here we have two 42 millimeter Diane Zanchis. So I kept one. My girlfriend's got one as well. I gave one away in a competition because I had 3 now. Despite it being such a small little cube, it's very good. I can actually get sub 20 averages on this little tiny cube. And then here we have a black one as well. They're a bit hard to control with your algorithms, but as you can see, they do work. And they're kind of cute, and I really like them in my collection. Here we have another Zanchi. This one is a 55 millimeter. Now, it's only 2 millimeters smaller than your standard, as you can see, but it actually feels a lot smaller once it's in your hands. And that's what she said. So that's a pretty good cube as well. All right, so here is another Zanchi. Now, you guys know that I have a lot of Zanchis, but I've actually sold quite a few of my puzzles before making this collection. And a bunch of my Zanchis were in there because I just don't use them. And a lot of people thought it would be really cool to have a cube from me, I guess. So I decided to sell a whole bunch. So this one is a pink Zanchi. This one you can't get anymore. I think there was only a limited number, like maybe a couple hundred that were made, and I just happened to find the last one on the internet. So if you've always wondered, where do I get it? Well, I'm sorry, you can't get it. It's sort of like you have to find somebody who's willing to sell theirs, and I'm definitely not, because it's just such a rare item, and it's just such a good puzzle. I mean, I've played with this before. I even thought about making it my main for a while, just to be silly, but I didn't end up doing that. All right, one more Zanchi for you guys. This one is called a Force Cube. Now, the algorithmist came up with the idea to take 6 stickerless cubes, pull them apart, and put the same colors together to make one, because for some reason the plastic just seems to be better, and it does. And I gotta say, when you put it together like this, it doesn't, and it's weird. It's kind of, I don't know. I mean, it is definitely super smooth, but what Zanchi isn't smooth when you set it up properly, and for some reason, it's just not like it was on a stickerless. It's, I don't know. I could almost say that it's better than a stock, but at the same time, that's probably just placebo. I'm not sure. Anyways, it's a really, really nice cube though, and I thank her for that. The next one here is one that I just received, the Diane Panchi. This is out on the market. Not a lot of people have them yet. These are test cubes. This is a prototype. Now, a lot of people said, prototype, does that mean that this lockup issue on the corner is going to stop because they'll fix it, and that's what prototype means? Well, probably not. What it means is that this was the prototype, meaning they're the first ones made and they're shipping them out before they go into mass production, just so people can advertise them like me, and that's what I've done. Now, this cube is amazing. I mean, I just uploaded videos, so I'm sure you guys are well aware of my opinion on it, but my first impression was not very good. That was my fault. I didn't set it up properly. Now it is amazing. This is one of the, I cannot wait to get the black one. I seriously can't. I have a feeling it might replace my original plastic Zanchi. We'll see. All right, other 4x4s. Now this is the Diane MF8 4x4 version 3. I haven't put my video up yet. I've had these for well over a week now, and I've really tried my best to set them up properly, but it just seems like they're not going to set up very well at all. The outer layers are extremely slow. You can still get little pops like this once in a while, but actually that was a fluke. Pops don't really happen very often on this cube, but it just doesn't set up well. I don't think it's worth the $30, but I'm going to continue to work on it. I'm going to make my video. It's not going to be a very good review on it though. I will put on some good points, but it's overall, I just don't think it's worth the money. And I have 2 of them, and I felt bad making that video because I got these for free to test, and I always feel like I should try to find something good about them to, to get some sales, but I can't do that. I just can't lie about them. They're just, in my opinion, not very good at all. So I always feel bad, but at the same time, the people who give them to me to test say, don't worry about giving a bad review. That's what they're there for. All right, so now you can go ahead and click this annotation, watch some more puzzles.